Hey, we're here with Rob Johnston. Rob and I just finished a podcast on commercial real estate and the book that you've been developing. But in your interview, you said you interviewed a bunch of folks, investors, about the book in order to create the book. Tell me a good story. Tell me a story about an investor, what goes through their minds, or something that really challenged them.
This was a lesson that I learned that this particular investor relayed in real sincerity, in terms of, look, learn by this, something that I did, and something that I do again, something I did and I wouldn't do again. And actually, his story interrelated, because he said it began in Long Beach, California, when he was in a marathon. And he was jogging and happened to be running by a multi-tenant industrial project. He looked at it and he really liked what he saw. And so after the race, he said he drove down, took down the number, called the agent. 3 months later, ended up closing escrow on the project. It was a very successful project, and then ended up in 3 years selling it and almost tripling his money. And then what most investors do in that case, Scott, is they take that money and through a 1031 exchange, which is a tax-approved IRS mechanism, which allows you to take that gain and move it into another investment and defer that taxes. He purchased 4 buildings in Anaheim.
Wow.
And he said that it ended up being the worst investment in his entire career. For a number of various reasons, and ended up selling those buildings in Anaheim 6 or 7 years later at a loss. And so at the end of the day, it was almost a wash in terms of what he gained at Long Beach and what he lost in Anaheim. But the moral of the story was, and it's a very, very important one, is don't purchase real estate for tax reasons.
Okay.
He said that, because in an exchange, if your listeners aren't aware, you only have 45 days to take that money after a sale and identify new property, and then 4.5 months thereafter to close. He said, so don't make your real estate decisions based on tax reasons, make them on real estate reasons. And for in the future, understand that sometimes it's just better, you'll be far off ahead if you just pay your taxes. And versus buying inferior or real estate.
And the 1031 exchange, I mean, people really have to rush to get that, right? So the timing issue is difficult. I need to sell that building, take that money, not touch it, and turn it into something else, and that's not always possible.
It's not always possible to duplicate the quality, the location of your existing property. Some people find that very frustrating. However, there is what they call deferred sales trust, which allows you to sell that property and not have to put that money into real estate. You still get the benefits of deferring those taxes. That's a different topic for a different time. But most people that sell real estate want to continue to acquire because it's something they know how to do. They're familiar with it, and they want to continue to grow in it. But the moral of the story is, don't buy property for tax reasons. Buy it for real estate reasons.
Nice. Very good. Well, thank you for your time.